Stop relying on your customers to generate sales with your emails. One of the most important aspects of email marketing, having a solid email marketing strategy, is list growth, right? If you're not growing your email list with high quality people prompt to buy, then you don't have a long-term business, because you'll be relying on your customers to generate sales and not growing your email list with new acquisition people who are ready to buy from you. And that's how you actually grow your customers, and that's how you generate as much as you can with your flows, with your campaigns, etc., etc. And so in this video, I'm gonna explain how to build and grow and engage, very important, the word engage here, email list. You don't wanna just grow an email list, you wanna grow an engaged email list of people who are going to buy from you. That's the backbone of your entire email marketing strategy, right? So yeah, I'm gonna cover different things you need to keep in mind and how to build that. Okay, that being said, let me dive right into it. So the first thing you need to do, and this is kind of outside email marketing itself, is get quality traffic. I don't know why some brands think that with emails you go out there and then you get new people in, so acquisition, and that's just not the case. Of course, with emails we capitalize on the traffic that the brand is already getting, whether it is organic or paid or whatever it is. So one of the first things I see all the time is brands running, for example, engagement, click-based traffic campaigns, and they actually suck. You get a ton of people, of course, to your website. You might be having a healthy sign-up rate with your pop-up, but the traffic quality, it just sucks, right? So these are not people who are going to buy. So just stop wasting your money on engagement, click-based campaigns, right? You're just wasting your money there. Second thing is, of course, if you don't get any traffic, then your email list is not going to grow. And again, I don't know how many times I've had conversations with e-commerce brand owners, and they just talk about like emails when it comes to growing their brand. And when I ask them about how you're getting new traffic in, what are the traffic sources, etc., they just have no idea. They just don't have anything when it comes to traffic, right? Whether it is, again, paid ads, which is of course the main one, or organic, which is of course not that reliable. So yeah, without traffic, no list growth. Third thing, and this is a big one I see all the time, is joint giveaways between brands. So like, let's do a joint giveaway, and then that way we can share our audiences with each other, etc., etc. This pretty much never works, in the sense of like, it's never profitable, and you're just growing your email list with people who are not qualified, and then you just pile up your Klaviyo bill for no reason whatsoever, and then you just complete waste of time. So just don't do it. I've never seen, because my clients have run these before in the past. I mean, a lot of our clients here have run these joint giveaways, but they just don't work. I just don't like them at all. So avoid having joint giveaways with other brands. Now, another one, and hopefully you're not doing this right now, is buying email lists from the internet or whatever it is. Of course, this is illegal, and just like the previous point, the people you get are not going to buy from you, or the audience you get is not qualified, so you're basically wasting your time and money, plus again, it is illegal. Finally, don't do lead generation. This actually ties back to my first point of like running ads for objectives that don't actually move the needle. You might run lead generation sometimes for, let's say you're gonna have a Black Friday sale, and you wanna do lead gen for collecting emails for a early access list. That might work in some cases, but in most cases, just don't do lead generation ads whatsoever. And just collecting emails that way just doesn't work ever. So don't do that. So with that out of the way, which is of course the backbone, is essentially getting new quality traffic. That's one of the most important things. Let me dive into the next point, which is essentially building a high converting pop-up. So I've got multiple videos in the channel about building a high converting pop-up, how to build it, how to A/B test it, so feel free to check those out. But essentially, the elements of a pop-up by order of importance are, first things first, the offer, so the incentive. free shipping, free gift with purchase, cashback offer, 15% off, whatever it is. Next, we've got the, I would say like, second we've got the triggers. Second, we've got the triggers. Just the pop-up popping up after 8 seconds versus 20 seconds, or exit intent, scroll to trigger, whatever it is. That's kind of another one. And then next we've got copy and design. To be honest, these three are not as important as you think. The most important one is the offer, because with the language on the or the copy on the pop-ups, as you can see, it's pretty much very similar, very straightforward and clear. Here's 20% off, here's free gift with purchase, get 20% off, get $20 off, get free shipping, get whatever. Very straightforward. So the biggest needle mover is always going to be the offer, right? So this is the first thing you need to test, A/B test, and see which one works for your audience. Again, every brand, every audience, every industry is so different that it is impossible for me to tell you what offer is going to work the best for you. You just have to test it, right? One of the most important mistakes to avoid here when it comes to the pop-ups, because again, of course, the way you collect emails is through your pop-up, right? So the mistakes to avoid is, first things first, having a very weak offer. So your offer is not resonating with your audience. That's the first mistake, the biggest one, I'd say. Second one is the triggers are off. So you're, for example, showing the pop-up too early or too late. That's another one. Asking for too much information, that's a big one as well. So if you're asking for a birthday, first name, last name, dog name, whatever it is, you're just basically adding friction unnecessarily, right? You're just asking for the person to close the pop-up instead of like giving you their email, and that's pretty much it. Their email, and that's another whole point, if you want to collect zero-party data, so questions, so if you want to ask them questions, do that after they've given you the email. So the first piece is the email. Once you've got that, which is the most important one, you can start asking questions, whatever it is, okay? Fourth thing is not optimized for devices. So I see many brands having the same pop-up for both mobile and desktop. You want to have different pop-ups separately, because of course the copy and the design is different, the formatting, but also the triggers are different, right, between desktop and mobile. So make sure you have two pop-ups, one mobile and then one for desktop, okay? I mean, that's a big one as well. So this is the fifth one, is not having not clear enough copy. So a bunch of copy in there. Again, with the pop-ups, have them to be pretty straightforward and just pretty clear. So would you like 10% off everything in store? Yes. Buy one case, get one case. Claim this deal before it expires. Do you want $100 off your first order? Yes, I do. Hey, here's 15%. As you can see, it's very straightforward. I can understand what the offer is in like 2 seconds, right? So don't have a bunch of unnecessarily, don't have a bunch of copy in there that doesn't add any value, because you'll be, again, adding friction, and people don't want to read just paragraphs of copy. They just don't want to read a novel. And this actually applies to emails as well, and pop-ups and everything emails, right? People they just don't like to read. So make it as simple as possible, and don't do a bunch of copy in there, okay? Finally is and this is a big one, you'll be surprised, is having double opt-in activated. So double opt-in is when someone signs up to your pop-up, and then they need to go to their email inbox and then confirm their subscription. So it's an extra layer of friction. You'll be losing at least like 40-50% of your email opt-ins because of this, because people, one, forget to confirm their subscription, and two, just don't do it. So make sure you turn this off. And how to turn this off, let me show you. So if you go to your Klaviyo account, you go to list and segments, you select the list that's actually connected to the welcome tiers and the pop-up. You go to the list, and then you go to settings, consent, and here typically this is actually double opt-in is actually activated by default. So make sure you actually toggle select single opt-in, and then you save, right? Save the settings. That's how you actually turn these off, which is really important. Now, let me show you how to create. Let me show you real quick. And of course, I'm pretty sure you know how to create a pop-up. But let me show you the different elements that are kind of important so we can go over kind of the mistakes and stuff like that. So let me select a pop-up here. For me, I like to use this one because it actually has a question at first, and I've seen that work really well. So let me connect the demo, create form. So yeah, the first thing I need to do if I want to just have this to be on desktop only, I go to, let me move myself here. I go to target and behavior, display. I basically scroll down, and let's say I just want to showcase this pop-up on desktop only. So I just click here. And then on the triggers themselves, because I'm gonna only show this on desktop, mobile it'd be different, but in this case, for the sake of this example YouTube video, I'm only going to do desktop version. So on timing, I do based on rules, and then for desktop, we like to use a exit intent trigger. You could do this. You could also have a time delay. Both are fine. Let's say I want to do exit intent plus time delay. So after 8 seconds is fine as well. Great. Now for this specific pop-up, we are having a teaser, which is fine. We like teasers; they can work really well. Or you can just get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it. But essentially, what we like to use, as you can see here, they're asking for a question here after asking people to sign up to get 10% off, right? Now, in this case, I don't want to collect data. For this specific example, I've got multiple videos on how to collect zero-party data, so feel free to check those out. But essentially, in this video, I want to do a question first, because for whatever reason, for many brands we work with, asking the question first, so like in these examples here, you know, like, hey, would you like 10% off everything in store? If they say yes, then at that point we ask for the email instead of like asking for the email right away, like in this case right here. I mean, both are fine. Again, test this and see which one works best. But in this case, I want to do a question first. Okay, so sorry about that. Let's go here. So I'm gonna make this super simple. Do you want 10% off your first order? Then I'm gonna do this right here. Typically, I mean, with site images, I mean, depends what you want. We don't do it typically, I would say, but it's fine in this case, just for the sake of this example. So yeah, so this button is going to be yes, I do, or I'm gonna make this blue. No, not this. Yeah, I wanna the background color for the button. I wanna make this blue, I think. I mean, I don't know. It's not looking as crisp. I'd say I must say, but let's keep going. So essentially, yeah. So I have a yes, I do, or I'm gonna have a no, I don't. So for that, I need to have a button here, and then no, thanks. And then what's the font here? I think the font is Bebas 20. Do 20. And then button is going to be, and then the label color is going to be, yes, I do, no thanks. I'm going to get rid of the padding. Actually, let me see. So I'm gonna, the height is 54, so the height here needs to be the same, so like similar. And then I'm gonna have some padding on top, and here I'm gonna have some padding at the bottom. Sorry, at the bottom. That way we see a small space between those two options. And again, no thanks. So here, if they actually close the form, so if they click on no thanks, they essentially close the form. If they click on yes, I do, then we show them the next step, which is the email opt-in form. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's how you collect emails with a pop-up that actually converts. I mean, as simple as this is, this can work really well. You never know again. You have to test it. But we like to use a question first most of the time and just ask for the permission if they want the discount or not at first, and then we then ask for the email, right? Very straightforward, as you can see here, etc. Also, another thing we do all the time is having discount code on the success page. I know many brands or many service providers like to actually attribute as much revenue as possible to the welcome series. So they ask people to go to the inbox to get discount, which is fine as well, I guess, right? But most of the time we actually give the discount code at the pop-up level to, again, reduce as much friction as possible and make it super easy for the customer to purchase from you, okay? So that's essentially how to create a very powerful pop-up, essentially, right? So now, of course, as I mentioned before, one of the most important things is to test things and see exactly what works best. 4 main elements you can A/B test at the pop-up level. One is the offer, which is the most important one. One is the triggers, one is the design, and one is the copy. Now, let me show you exactly how to A/B test offers, right? Because with the triggers, design, copy, this is very easy to test. You just basically create A/B tests here, and then you change the triggers, you change the design and copy on one of the pop-ups, and then you A/B test that. However, with the offer, you need to do that, but you also need to modify the welcome series, because let's say they sign up we have two pop-ups running, right? One for 10% off and the other one for $10 off. If they sign up to the $10 off, but you haven't modified the welcome series accordingly, they will get the 10% off offer code, because you don't have two conditional splits going over different welcome series discounts based on the pop-up that the person got. So I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So first things first, let's create the A/B test. Or first things first, let's say this is the 10% off. The 10% off offer, right? So one of the most important things here is on the sign-up form, you want to essentially, on the button itself, you need to add a profit property. So here with this button, if they if they provide the email and then they click on continue, they will get tagged with this source YouTube demo, which is the pop-up plus. And in this case, let's see if I already created that. Let me see. No. So I'm going to create a new profit property. I'm going to call it, pop-up offer, right? Pop-up offer, like so. This is going to be the profit property name. And then the value is going to be 10% off, like so, okay? This is going to be the value. That's one. And then let me create the second one. So I'm going to create the A/B test here. Offer test. I'm going to call the A/B test offer test. And then today we are on the 27th, right? 10% off. And then B1 is going to be it's $10 off to see exactly which one works the best. So the A/B test is getting created. So yeah, we already did the profit property thing for the 10% off. Now let's do it for the $10 off here. Go to here and then here and here. So the property is not going to be 10% off. It's going to be $10 off. Dude, I cannot find the $10 off, sorry for that. And then you basically launch the test, right? That's how you actually tag people based on what offer they got, okay? Now, once you do that, I'm not gonna launch the pop-up, of course, this is just a demo. Once you do that at the welcome flow level, let me see if I've got a welcome flow here. I can show you. So a welcome demo. Now, let's say this is your welcome series. Now, what you need to do is have a conditional split, like so, logic, conditional split, right? And then here, select condition properties about someone, dimension. So here so pop-up offer, and then equals 10% off. You click on save. And then if it is a yes, they receive the welcome series with the 10% off discount code. with that messaging offer. And then if they don't, they get the $10 off. Essentially, that's how you test. That's how you A/B test pop-ups. That's how you A/B test offers at the pop-up level simultaneously. Okay, so that's exactly, again, you have to A/B test to squeeze as much as you can from your pop-up. So the first thing you need to test is the offers, see which ones work the best, and then once you have a defined offer that you see that works really well and that you can actually afford, then at that point you can test triggers and design and then copy to maximize the opt-in rate of that specific pop-up. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video right here. If you found the value, please don't forget to leave a like and a comment. I really appreciate it. It actually helps the channel quite a lot. And if you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 100K per month right now and you want a team of email experts to handle your email marketing, then please feel free to reach out to me. A link to my scheduler is going to be in the description box below. So feel free to book a time that works for you. We can go over your Klaviyo account, put together a specific plan of attack, see if we can work together. If we can, I'll be more than happy to make an offer and then take it from there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.